Went to Home Depot and we bought the pipes and we spent the next week building out potato guns. Super fun. And then the next Monday I was back in school and I remember sitting there thinking about my business, and all of a sudden I had the epiphany, like the light bulb moment, where I was like, I wonder if anyone else besides me was searching for potato guns this week. I don't know. And I searched, and there were about 18,000 people a month searching for potato gun plans and spud guns. And I was like, that's it. That's gonna be my business. I'm gonna potato gun expert. First, it was just a tool for me. Like, that was really the initial goal of ClickFunnels. Like, and then after I started using it and I was having success, I was like, we have to make this a tool for everyone. Like, it'll free all entrepreneurs. My initial goal is not to make you $1 billion. My initial goal is to get you to break even. Now you have a tool that will consistently all day long give you free customers. I want you to do it now while you're in the moment, while you remember why it's important, why you saw me do it, so you don't forget and we can get it. And worst case, like, this will be the worst one you ever do. The next one you do will be better. It's not about the people watching you. It's about you guys, about us learning our voice. That's the most important thing. Someone the other day was upset about something I did. They're like, well, my dad always taught me to play nice. I was like, oh, well, my dad taught me to win. My goal for the next 3 years is if I can give you guys some tools and some things that'll help you to change more people's lives in your world, then for me, that's a huge win. What is that thing for your business? Like, what's the one huge domino that if you can knock that thing down, everything else becomes obsolete? You have to lead them to the answer, but you can't give it to them. They have to come up with the idea themselves. You plant the idea in their minds with a story, and if they come up with the answer, then they sold themselves.
He's a marketing genius. That's his brilliance.
Russell rhymes with funnel.
How to market, how to promote, and even how to sell.
He's here to help entrepreneurs create amazing lives.
And on a grand scale.
What's up, everybody? This is Russell. Hope you guys are all doing amazing today from wherever you are around the world. I'm excited to be hanging out with you guys. I'm actually really excited because I'm about to go on a little vacation with my wife. And so this is like the last full work day for me before I get to bounce and head out. So I want to hang out with you guys today and say, what's up? Wherever you guys are calling from around the world, drop it in the comments so we know where you guys are at. And if you're watching the replay, because, you know, Facebook and the algorithms, like the next 20,000 views will come from you guys later. So if you're watching the replay, let us know replay and where you're from as well, so we can see you guys all coming. But I'm pumped to be hanging out with you guys today. This is going to be a lot of fun. So today what I want to do is we've got another speaker we're going to be inviting for this year's Funnel Hacking Live. As you guys know, we're announcing all the new speakers. This year's FHL is going to be insanely cool for so many reasons. One of the reasons, not the only one, but one of the reasons is this is the very first time we've ever done a completely virtual Funnel Hacking Live. And we did it because a couple of reasons, but one of the main ones is we have people every single year who are flying here from all around the world, from India, from Romania, from London, from all sorts of places. And they're always flying here to us. And most of them are telling us, like, we have huge communities of funnel hackers in our areas. And so like they come here and they come to Funnel Hacking Live and they go back and they share all this stuff with their people. And they're like, Russell, you come to here, all these different places. Like, I would love to, but I don't know. Maybe someday we'll make a Funnel Hacking Live international and we'll like actually travel and every month do a Funnel Hacking Live in a different country. But until we do that, we thought this time would be really fun to do it international where we stream actually to everybody. This is the first time we've ever done that. So I'm excited. You know, we've got people, I think last week we sold like 3,000 tickets in Spain. We've got Brazil blowing up. We got India blowing up. So we got places like, we're going to have a huge international audience for this whole thing, which is going to be fun. The session's going to be translated in a bunch of different languages and it's going to be amazing. So I'm pumped for it. I'm excited. It's going to be different than anything we've ever done in the past. And we got some really cool speakers coming in this time to make like a legitimately like life-changing experience for you guys, which is going to be a lot of fun. So that's the game plan. So I'm curious, how many of you guys like already have your FHL tickets? If you're already locked and loaded and you're already in, type in the comments, say FHL. I just want to see like, who are my people who are already committed? The very first time I told you you were in 100%, I didn't have to like push you too hard. If you've already got your tickets, type in FHL. If you're still on the fence, just type in fence. Cause I want to see who do I gotta persuade? What's it going to take to get you guys to go all in and be part of this party? Cause I do not want you guys to miss it. It's going to be amazing. So we've got Jennifer's got FHL tickets. Teresa's got it. Trudy's got it. Selena's got it. Oli's got it. Dana's got it. I always say your name wrong. I apologize. DJ E, DJY Hills. Mr. Hills got his. Chad's on the fence. Dana's on the fence. All right, we're gonna get you guys off the fence today. We're gonna work our best. So that's the game plan. Yeah, Funnel Hacking Live is something that's just it's been amazing. Yeah, Jennifer said, don't never miss Funnel Hacking Live. After you come to an experience, you never want to leave again. In fact, we the last day of Funnel Hacking Live, when people were walking out the doors, we had like these things you can sign up for next year, and 1,700 people, as they walked out the doors, bought their tickets for next year's event because they knew they didn't want to miss it. So anyway, it's going to be amazing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys a real quick, this is like a 1-minute little promo video to show you what's happening this year. Because again, this year's different. We're filming it at Eric Worre's studio in Las Vegas and streaming it to the world. And so we want to show you guys kind of what it looks like. There's going to be an in-house audience in the room, but it's just my inner circle members who will be there in the room. So we've got, I think 250, 300 people will be in the room, but everybody else will be streaming to you guys live in your home or your Airbnb or your business, whatever it might be. So I recommend getting tickets for you and a spouse or your family. You bring your kids in, go rent Airbnb and get your whole staff, your team, and like come and understand these things together. And we can help take this belief out of our brains and plug it into you and your teams to help you guys to grow and scale and do whatever it is you want to do with your life. So with that said, I'm going to cue this up really quick before I introduce our first speaker. Here's a quick 1-minute promo video showing you what's happening this year's Funnel Hacking Live International.
We've done 9 Funnel Hacking Lives over the last 10 years. We went from a cheap ballroom with a pinup sign to a full-blown rock concert.
My husband and I looked at each other and we were like, wow.
I want to thank you for everything. Thank you for your energy, your effort, for playing full out. I want to thank you for the crazy clothes you wear. Thank you for the really, really, really bad dance moves. And I also want to thank you for the memories. It has been an amazing experience. We have changed so many people's lives. But of the 100,000 plus active ClickFunnels members, only 5,000 people each year have the chance to have that experience. And so we thought, man, if we could bring it to everybody, how would that ripple effect change the world? So for the first time ever, we're going virtual. Check out this place. This place is huge. We're in a 25,000 square foot virtual studio with 360-degree screens, streaming in 4K, which gives everyone a front row seat. This could literally be the future of online events.
This is watching history in the making.
Funnel Hacking Live changed my entire life.
This year's framework is all about the gap between where you are today and where you want to go. Day number 1 is about going from 0 to 6 figures a year. Day number 2 are going from 6 figures to 7. How do you win your first 2 Comma Club award? Day number 3 is how do you get from 7 to 8. And then day number 4, we're going to 9.
I'm going to show you the magic trick that's made me all of my money.
It's so encouraging because if they can do it, so can I.
I cannot wait to bring this show to you and change your life one more time.
I am so excited. How are you guys feeling? You guys pumped? Hopefully you visualize yourself being there, being in the room, being part of this experience because it is it's amazing. So with that said, I'm pumped to introduce our next speaker. This is someone who he spoke at Funnel Hacking Live. It was the year of the pandemic when we first came back. And he's someone I've been friends with. In fact, I met him originally at a mastermind. We were in Brendan Burchard's mastermind group. We met in a whole bunch of weird places with Brendan. We were out, I don't even know, some place riding horses and doing some crazy stuff. And we met there originally. And then we had another mastermind together in Puerto Rico. We hung out there. And I was like, man, I love this guy. Every single time I hear him talk, or like just love his mind, how he works, how he thinks. And so after the pandemic, we had him come and speak at Funnel Hacking Live. And it was insane. One of the best presentations I've ever seen. And we had so many people who asked like to have him to come back, like bring him back. And so for this year's Funnel Hacking Live International, for you guys and for me and for our entire team, we're so excited to have back Mr. Anthony Trucks. Anthony, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. That video got me all hyped up, dude. I'm over here like in my house by myself, all geeked. This is going to be a blast.
It's going to be so much fun, man. So first off, I'm so excited to have you back. Thank you so much for agreeing and coming back and serving my people. Like, it means the world to me to have you come and help these guys.
Yeah.
Now, before we dive into kind of what you're talking about, like, will you tell people some of your backstory, like how you got to where you are today so they can understand, if they don't know you yet, they can be introduced to you and how cool you are?
Yeah. It was an accident, man. Sometimes it happens like that. I believe, like, I'm a man of God, I believe a lot of cool things happen if we let the plan unfold and don't try to mess the plan up. But I had a weird backstory as a kid, childhood, but then I was introduced to this whole world, and I had a lot of things inside of me. And I say this whole world, the idea of taking my story and helping people with it, putting something from my head and my heart out into the world to allow me to impact, but also make great income. I was introduced to it accidentally. Somebody put an idea out there of this guy, Brendan Burchard, you've already mentioned. And I showed up to an event, sat in the seat, and next thing I knew, a couple years later, I'm on that stage, sharing in front of amazing, thousands of people, meeting you. And really what it was me finding a place where it's a beautiful space of me doing something I love that people love that I do. And so that was kind of how I got introduced to this. And my actual work is in the realm of identity, who you are when you're not thinking about who you are. What I also noticed is a lot of people have great insights, great information, but they don't actually put it into flow because they don't feel like the person to do so. So when I show up to the world, I teach you how to become the person to utilize what you know to get the most out of life.
Yeah, I love that. I'm curious for you because obviously you become obsessed with identity and making identity shifts and things like
Yeah.
that. But what got you so excited? 'Cause I'm sure in times in your life where you felt that change. I'm curious, like
Oh
any
yeah.
of the stories about that made that such a real passionate topic for you.
Oh yeah. Well, when I was 14, I was adopted at 14 years old. I was in a foster care system from 3 until the age of 14. I was 6 different houses, pretty heinous stuff. But I was given this opportunity to go and do something new. I was adopted by a very poor all-white family. I wanted to go and do something unique, which was hit people and not get in trouble for it. We called this football, and so I tried football. But like all of us who try something new, we suck at it. And I had to find out: do I give up on this thing or do I lean back in? And what I noticed at that time was I had to do things I wasn't used to doing. I saw the opportunity. I saw people doing what I wanted to do, but I thought I'm not that person. And I found that in that window of time, I did the things necessary against what felt right at the time in terms of like things I didn't normally do. But I got to be faster and stronger and better. All of a sudden, I became this amazing football player, got a scholarship, played at that level. So I had that first pocket of making what I called an identity shift. And then from there, I did it again when I got into college. I started my true sophomore year over a 5th-year senior. If you guys are not in America, that means like university. I went there my first year and I played when I shouldn't have played, we'll call it, because I fought for a job. And then at a certain point in my life, I got to play in the NFL, professional football, had to shift there as well. And then one heavy one took place when I was thrust out of the game in a time I didn't expect. And we all have moments in time where life presents a situation you didn't prepare for. And now your back's against the wall. I have to navigate this thing, and I don't know if I can. And for me, I was in what I call a dark place for 3 years. And then after that 3-year period, I was able to kind of put my heels back in the ground, stand back up, and create a new life. And what I realized was identity was always this golden thread. I didn't feel like the person to do the thing that my heart wanted to do. But I go, how do I do that? And now I've coined a term called dark work. It's the work that I did in the dark that has allowed me to shine in the light. Identity wise, achievement wise, all these things. And so now I come to the world and I talk from personal experience of, I mean, literally there's times where I didn't want to be here. I was like, if this is life after the NFL, I'm good on this, and so thankfully I've been able to find a connection to my faith, connection to my family, to people that matter, but also a place where I get to serve. And the people here right now, my guess is there's a heart to serve, to be of purpose, to put something out. And there's nothing quite like going into the world and having your craziness of what happened in your life be given to the world and them go, thank you so much for this. So now I get on stages at Amazon's, T-Mobile's, PayPal's, big companies, and I get to share this in a way that allows them to grow their companies, but also people to grow their lives.
Mhm. I think it's so cool. Like, excuse me. I was thinking about, like, at least for me, like, I'm always thinking about like my future self, like who I want to become, right?
Yeah.
And I think the reality is like whenever I think about like here's the Russell that I want to be in 10 years from now, like he's not who I am today. And it's a different identity. And I always like think about like, okay, who is that person? Like, what does he do? What does he believe? How does he act? Like that kind of stuff. And then my thought I always think is like, okay, how do I become that now? Like, what is the identity I got to shift into to become that now, as opposed to like in 10 years from now, I'll be that way. Like, how do I jumpstart that? And I think what's cool about the identity conversation that you always have that I love listening to you talk about is just, it gets me thinking like, okay, the identity of who I want to become, like, how do I do that now? Like, what's the ways, as opposed to like hopefully bumping into it eventually. And then I'll, like when you understand it, you can reverse engineer and apply it faster to get you the results way faster in anything you're trying to do in life. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's really fascinating.
The thing is all of us that here's the cool thing. We've already done this. That's the one thing I want people to grasp. It's not some new, in a sense of we've done it in our lives to be who we are today. You literally wouldn't be who you are if at some point we saw the video just now of you, like the young guy with the tie, like that's how you are now, right? There's usually one of two ways it happens, though. It happens either on demand or when crap hits the fan. And we then muster up the energy to go and create this new thing. And you do have to actually think about, well, who's that person going to be? There's phenomenal books on habits, beautiful books, Atomic Habits, Brendon Burchard's High Performance Habits, Millionaire Success Habits. But a lot of them say you got to develop this identity, but they don't tell you how. And then honestly, we sometimes grab and clamor for habits, but don't think about, well, what's this habit going to make me become a year from now, 5 years from now? So we do this. We actually backtrack it. And I realize this. The cool thing is all of us have done this, which means we've gone through this journey, but it's an experience that kicked it off. I call it a dark work experience, which is a thing that wires us, like rewires us neurologically, but also psychologically, so that when we are presented with a situation, we don't process it the same way we did 5 years ago. So that person in the future we got to get to, and we do have to trickle it back to, well, what do we do now? And here's what I noticed. There's actually a study done by, I think it was UCLA. It's called The Stranger Inside. They took these diodes, put on people's brains, and they go, hey, tell me about someone you love. And man, love would light up in the brain. And they go, okay, tell me about someone that you like put a picture of this person. Tell me about this person. What's your connection to them? Stranger would light up in the brain. Then they get, okay, let's do this. Let's talk about your future self. And stranger would light up in the brain. And it's weird because you go, but that's my future self. Yeah, but we don't know that person. And so what I found is a lot of the things that I do is I have to step back and go, well, who is eliciting the traits of the kind of person that I want to be 10 years from now? Okay, they got this, a great family, the business runs, they seem happy. Now I got to go, okay, what are they doing? And here's the interesting thing. You'll be presented with things that you go, oh, I don't do that. I'm not used to that. Like, it looks like they're doing it. Maybe I should. And we try to find either a way to do it or to get to the same place with a different path. And so what I look at it as go, no, if you want that, you don't get to attain or sustain a life above your current identity. So I got to level up to this place here, and I got to look at it and go, all right, I got to find a way to do that. And here's how the journey looks, to be honest. At first you go, I am not the person who does this. I don't build funnels. What are you talking about? I don't do social media. I don't, right? And it's an internal conversation. We make excuses, but the truth is the moment you do it, at first it feels weird. You're like, I don't want to do this. And you do it again. And little by little, and I'm talking little by little, it goes from a point of going, this is hard to do to it's hard not to do. And in fact, I got joy doing it. Happened for me in football, happened as a speaker. I'm sure it's happened for you. You've been faced with a lot in your journey to what it is now. There's probably been a lot of crazy, hard, long nights, the glow of the computer, the people that just, that's not going to work, the voices. It's just like, God, you can lean into it or go, I'm going to keep pushing. And when you push, you develop this sense of confidence with it. And that then trickles into the next parts of your life, the next parts of your life. But you can reverse engineer it from what you want to be. But it's like, okay, I want to be that person in 10 years. Who is currently like that now? What are they doing? Because if I ask, what does future self do? I won't be met with a definitive, clear answer typically.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I love this because like when people come to Funnel Hacking Live, a lot of times they're coming and say, I want to learn strategy on build funnels or how to drive traffic. But what I found like the biggest reason why people who leave don't have success is almost never like a tactical problem. It's always like a psychological, something inside their mind. It's because they don't believe they have the right or the ability or they're not worthy or the identity they need to actually succeed in the thing. And so I love the fact you're going to come and like, this is the stuff that, again, they're a lot of times they're coming because they want to build a funnel, but they're like, what their get is going to be so much bigger. And anyone who's been to Funnel Hacking Live in the past knows that. And for those of you who haven't come yet in the past, like imagine working with Anthony, going through this process, like working through your deep work or your dark work to be able to create your light. Like that's the benefit of you get that you don't even know about. And that's what opens up all the other things. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's easy to go live on social, to create a course, to create a product, to put myself out there because you're a different person. Like you shift. You shouldn't be the same when you come to Funnel Hacking Live and when you leave. You should be literally a different person.
Yes. So, and I give good working models. So I'm a football guy. I like playbooks, right? There's structure to it. So while I'm talking at a conceptual level, there is a process that I will talk to and teach when people are able to kind of show up and they'll go, oh, this is now how I can see to apply this. And here's the best way to metaphorically explain what's going to happen when somebody leaves. They're going to have a working model of how to approach the next day, literally the very next day, because you got to do the actions in the moment, the emotion. But the journey of it's going to look like this from day 1 through whatever, 30, 60, 90 beyond the event. You're going to do something at first. It's going to be like a 10 of 10 of discomfort, of pain, of like, oh, I wasn't good at that. And then you're going to step back and go one of two things. Either I learned something and I can go reapply it and people call you masochistic. Why would you do that? You failed at it, right? Or you make a really good excuse to not do it again. Or you procrastinate, right? But the person that's successful goes, all right, it hurt. But I learned this thing. Let me try it again. It's a 9.5 of pain next time. People go, stop. You still suck at this. What are you doing, right? And you go, no, I learned something. No, stop. And then you do it again. Now it's a 9. Right? And it becomes an 8.7 and an 8. And it goes all the way down eventually to 0. But you gotta withstand that storm. But at 0, it's not painless. It is joy. It's elation. It's confidence. You had to earn that, but you step forward as a different person. It's not that you had this new achievement, which I love your whole Heroes 2 journeys, right? It's not just the achievement. It's who you became while going through the process of achieving. And the dark work process is an outline structure of how you approach and do that.
Yeah. Oh, I cannot wait for Funnel Hacking Live just to sit there for your session alone. Like that's going to be, anyway, I'm pumped, man. Okay. So for those guys, how many guys, by the way, in the comments, if you want to hear Anthony speak and go deep on this, let me know. Because we haven't finished signing the contract if you guys don't want it. But if you do want to go deep on this stuff, let us know in the comments, because I'm definitely pumped and excited to have you there, man. And I can't wait to learn from you. Every time you speak, it's just like, it's magic for me. So I appreciate you. Well, very cool. So my last question for you then is, obviously we are like 77 days away from Funnel Hacking Live. Do you have any kind of speaker about anything you want to throw in to like push people over the edge to get them to want to come and hang out with us?
Yeah. So I wrote a book. It's back here. It's called, it's all covered up right now. It's called Identity Shift. It's the baseline foundation of understanding identity as a working model, but also how to make these shifts. And if you go right now to textanthony.com and send the code FHL, I'll give you the audiobook of my voice recording it. I'll give you a workbook that allows you to actually work on this. And I'll also give you a free daily podcast I do called The Dark Work Daily. It's just me, 5 to 7 minutes, giving you a little jump and pump of idea and thought and heart for the world. You can go there. If you are international and you don't have access to phone and can text, then if you just go to anthonytrucks.com/FHL-2024, you get access to the same thing. But it'll allow you to, before our session, download what it means to go through an identity shift and why it's the most critical piece. Because like Russell said, you're going to have all this amazing insight. It is not what you know. It is who you are with what you know. And if you become the individual, it doesn't matter what little amount you have, you'll become the person that takes that small piece of thing and builds a cathedral of crazy cool things. But it's really about the identity behind the person who is using what they have access to.
So good. Oh, I love it, man. Anyway, I appreciate you, man. I can't wait to hang out in a couple months from now and go deep on this stuff with you live at the event. Thanks for being you. Thanks for always showing up, always serving. You're amazing. For all you guys who are at home, Anthony's our next speaker. This direction. So excited to have him speaking at Funnel Hacking Live, and you guys are going to love him. If you've got your tickets already, congratulations. You have a chance to experience Anthony live. If you don't have your tickets yet, now is the time to go to funnelhackinglive.com. There's the page. funnelhackinglive.com. You get your tickets. Again, because this is virtual, it's international. This is the lowest prices we've ever had. For $297, you can get a ticket to come and have this streamed completely to you, to your staff, to your team, to your family, in your homes. And then what's cool about that is, if you do want, our next Funnel Hacking Live is in February, so like in 6-8 months from now, which is in person. If you buy Funnel Hacking Live 10, you get 9 for free. So it's 2 different options there if you guys want. But the lowest end for $297, you can have us serving you for 4 days, going directly into your home for you, your family, your staff, your team, changing your lives. And it's something that's really powerful. So if you don't have your tickets yet, now is the time to go to funnelhackinglive.com, get your tickets. And that's kind of the game plan. So Anthony, man, I appreciate you. Can't wait to hang out with you again, man. It's going to be awesome. And I think to end this out, then what I'm going to do right now is we're going to push to a video. This is like a 3-minute video showing you guys like the promo video for what's happening to Steelers Funnel Hacking Live. As you're watching this, I want you to like visualize yourself sitting at home or renting Airbnb with your family, your spouse, a business partner, and like experiencing this. And imagine how it'll change your life. Imagine how it'll change the trajectory of your future as you're learning all the funnel stuff, all the traffic stuff, but also the identity things to get you in the spot where you can actually be successful. You can hit your goals with absolute certainty. And so when you're watching this, visualize yourself going through that. And after that, then go to funnelhackinglive.com, get your tickets. And then me and Anthony will be hanging out at your house in like 3 months from now, less than 3 months.
Man.
So
there you go.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you. Thanks so much, everybody. And we'll cue the video right now.
In less than a decade, Funnel Hacking Live went from 600 attendees to over 5,000. We went from a cheap ballroom with a pinup sign to a full-blown rock concert. Funnels went from being like the secret underground strategy to becoming the industry standard. It's been so challenging and rewarding and transformational and
inspiring, mind-blowing, epic. Funnel Hacking Live is wild.
The Super Bowl of marketing events.
An experience.
It's electrifying.
Freedom.
Magic is lit.
It's unbelievable.
Oh my God. Will change your life.
And now Funnel Hacking Live is coming to your home. For 9 years, Funnel Hacking Live has been an in-person event, which means if you weren't able to get flights and hotels and find a babysitter, you probably felt a little bit of FOMO. And we heard you. You are seen. We got so many messages from people who wanted us to go to Europe and to Asia and Australia and Antarctica. And I don't even know if that last one is even possible. But before we take it on the road, we want to bring FHL to everyone. So for the first time ever, we're going virtual, but not like this, not on Zoom. we're going virtual like this in this huge 25,000 square foot stadium wrapped in 360 degrees of Zoom walls so we can see your beautiful faces, streaming in 4K with the audio so crystal clear you can literally hear a pin drop. Hit it, Kenny. So no matter if you're in the outback, if you're in your bed, or if you're in space, you're gonna have front row seats to world-class speakers teaching the most cutting-edge marketing strategies and networking with other like-minded entrepreneurs. This time, we're doing things differently. As you know, Funnel Hacking Live always has a framework, and this year's framework is all about the gap between where you are today and where you wanna go. So day number 1 is all about going from 0 to 6 figures a year. You're gonna learn how to take your idea and get it online, how to build a funnel, how to write copy, and how to drive traffic with high-converting ads. Day number 2 then is all about going from 6 figures to 7 to win a 2 Combo Club award. This is all about growing and scaling and starting to build your team. Day number 3 then, from going to 7 figures to 8 figures, this is where you start growing your funnels, right? Different funnels in your value ladder, executing, implementing the linchpin into your business, and a whole bunch more things so you can actually grow and scale. And then day number 4, this is where we're going from 8 figures a year to 9. This is about becoming the category king, claiming your throne so you can be the biggest business inside your market in your industry. Now, it doesn't matter what level you're at today, there's gonna be something specifically at Funnel Hacking Live for you this year, which is so exciting. Unless, of course, you're at 10 figures a year. And if that's the case, then you don't need to come to Funnel Hacking Live. I actually need to come to your event. So please, put on an event, I will get a ticket, and I'll be front row. So you don't speak much English?
No se preocupe, todo el evento se traducirá en vivo mientras se desarrolla el evento.
Oh, and to really sweeten the deal, for a limited time, when you get your tickets to Funnel Hacking Live International, you can also get an insane discount at Funnel Hacking Live 10 at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, which is the largest venue and the craziest lineup. Seriously, it is gonna be insane. In fact, Miles' jobs literally depends on it. Now, you're worried you can't get a babysitter? Don't stress out, bring your kids to the actual event. My guess is that most of them will actually become better funnel builders than you. What about if you have a court hearing or jury duty? Well, you probably should have missed that. So don't wait, get your tickets right now. And I know you got a million things going on in your life. Everybody's busy, but I promise you, if you will give us 4 days, just 4 short days, where you show up and you participate full out every single day, I promise you, we will radically transform your business. We'll probably even change your life. So if that's interesting to you, again, this event's happening September 4th through the 7th, directly into your home, your office, for you to change your life. Click the link down below and get your tickets to Funnel Hacking Live International today.